Welcome to the channel. In this video, we will see how we can create and run a simple .NET console application using the C# programming language. So here I will click on the start button, search for the terminal, and I will open up the terminal. In order to continue here, you have to install the .NET SDK in your computer. If you haven't installed it, then I have already made a tutorial. I will provide the link in the description box. Now here, the first thing that we do is we will make sure that the .NET SDK is installed. For that, we have to type in .NET space -- info. And when I hit the enter key in here, it will display the info about the .NET SDK that is installed in my computer. As you guys can see, I have installed the .NET 10. We can see where it is installed and other details about the .NET SDK. So once the .NET SDK is installed, now what we can do is we can create a simple console application using the C# language. Now, in order to do that, right now I'm in my home directory. I'm going to cd into my desktop. And here in my desktop, I will create a folder and I will say console app. And now, as you guys can see, this folder has been created. If I use the dir, then we can see the console app folder that is created. So now what I will do is I will cd into my console app folder. So it will be cd console app, and I will clear the screen. So now I'm inside my console app folder. Here I'm going to create a console application. For that, we have to type in .NET space new space console space. And then I want to give a name for the project. So I'm going to use -- name and then space. And then after that, I have to provide the name. For example, I'm going to say hello world. Now here, I want to use the C# programming language, and by default, when we create the project like this, without specifying the language, it will use the C#. If you want to use the F# or Visual Basic, then you have to specify that by using this language flag. For example, you can say language F#, something like this. It will create the project in F#. But if I want to use C#, I don't have to specify, as it is the default one. So now if I hit the enter key in here, it will create the console application. So now if I use the dir in this folder, then we can see the hello world folder that is created, which contains the project files. So let us cd into this hello world. And now let us use the dir, and we can see we have the project folders like the program.cs, hello world.cs project, and then a folder called as obj. Now here we are mainly interested in this program.cs. So what I want to do is I want to open up this program.cs and I want to see the contents. For that, I will type in edit and then the name of the file, which is program.cs. If I hit the enter key, it will open up the file in a built-in editor in this Windows terminal. So we can see the contents here. For example, this file already contains a console write line, which displays hello world text to the screen. So I don't want to change anything. If you want to change, then you can change the content in here. Now the good thing is, if you want, you can use the mouse here in order to interact with this text editor in this terminal. And as I said before, I'm not going to change anything. So I'm going to click on Ctrl S and Ctrl Q and exit out of that text editor. So now the next thing that we do is we will run this project, which is present in this hello world folder. In order to do that, all we have to do is type in .NET space run. And if we hit the enter key, it will build the project and it will run the program and it will display the output. So here we get hello world, which is the output of the program. Now here, if you want to work with the project using any text editor like Visual Studio Code or something, then you can launch the text editor just by typing code space dot. If you hit the enter key, it will open up the Visual Studio Code and it will open up this project folder. Do you want to trust the author? So I'm going to say yes, I trust. And then, I can open up this file in here. I can see the content. If I want to make any modifications, then I can do that. Now here with this Visual Studio, we can install some extensions and we can set it up so that we can easily build and run the C# programs I'm going to make a tutorial about this and I will post it. The link will be in the description box. So this is it guys for this particular video. This is how we can create and run a console application using .NET and C# programming language. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. If you have anything to say, write that in the comment box. For more tutorials, subscribe to the channel.